to Ask Dr. Georgiana's video bulletin titled How to Get a Guy, What is Wrong with This Picture? I created this video in response to a question I received from Michelle from Ontario, Canada. She said the following. Hello, Dr. Georgiana. I have been looking at dating advice on YouTube and on dating coaches' blogs and have been finding recommendations that seem superficial. I would like to learn some skills that will allow me to find and commit to the right man, but do not want to have to change my behavior in order to impress anyone. Can you please address the issue of what is appropriate to do and not to do when dating a man? Thank you. Michelle is right. The internet is full of dating advice on how to get a guy. But how many times have you tried to get your date to like you and came home feeling that there was something wrong with your approach? Let's look at 4 common flawed recommendations of dating experts who want you to build some skills in trapping the most eligible bachelor you can find and what I suggest instead. Flawed recommendation number 1, do not talk about yourself during a date. Flawed recommendation number 2, do not ask too many personal questions. Flawed recommendation number 3, do not introduce your date to your friends and family until you have a commitment from him. Flawed recommendation number 4, do not call your date until he has initiated calls a few times. If you look closely at these 4 pieces of advice, you will realize that behind them is the premise that you should be careful with what you say and do so that you don't scare your date away. This implies that men are delicate, in need of careful management, possibly insecure, and that if you happen to appear too eager by calling them, including them in your life, or being too curious about how they think, they will run away and never come back. This does not put men on a pedestal. In my view, it puts them down. In reality, most men are not that delicate, unaware, or weak, and would much prefer a partner who is real and does not play games. Think about it. What is the point in pretending not to care for a man if what you expect from him is to care about you? That seems short-sighted. At one point or another, you will have to start being you or will end up being manipulative for the rest of your life together. And then one day, when he gets tired of it, he will probably walk out on you, not the outcome you're looking for. So here's what I would like to suggest instead. First and foremost, do not play games. You do not have to throw yourself at any man on a first date or even on a second one. Not so much because of what he will think of you, but because you have not had enough time to get to know him, so you don't know if it's worth it to throw yourself at him. It could be a waste of time and also dangerous. Instead of focusing on whether a man likes you, ask yourself whether you like him. What do you think matters most? Whether your date finds the love he's looking for or whether you do? Because in the end, if you don't like him, it won't do you much good that he's interested in you. How many people do you know that collect admirers and receive 10 or 20 calls from different men in the same month, but are not really interested in any of them? Isn't that a waste of time? Wouldn't it be more efficient to date a pre-selected few that meet your requirements and let go of the ones who don't? You would be doing your dates and yourself a favor. So do talk about yourself when you have something you want to share or when your date asks you a question. And also ask your date questions in order to get to know him. If you talk too much about yourself, it will probably be because you are overly anxious, do not have any curiosity about the person you're with, and are not asking yourself the million-dollar question, do I like him? If you focus on facilitating a conversation that will allow you to find out what you need to know, you will be more likely to strike a balance between talking and listening, as well as to gravitate towards deeper subjects such as the quality of life that you both want, your goals and struggles, and what makes you happy or unhappy in a relationship. As a result of showing interest in him and being open and honest, he will be more likely to be open and honest with you. This will allow you to find out if you like him. And if you do, by all means, do introduce him to your friends and family whenever the situation arises naturally. The people I coach know that one of the first things I say about dating is that they should meet the person in a social context. You could spend 6 months dating someone who's watching what they say to you and hiding their true nature. And then when you see them at a party full of your friends, you may notice something about them that you never noticed when you were going out by yourselves. Seeing your date in a social context will allow you to know how he relates to others, whether he has empathy, whether he's discreet when someone tells him something, whether he behaves when there are attractive women around him, and hundreds of other things you need to know. I am not suggesting that you take your date to a sit-down dinner for four with your parents on the second date, but if there is a party at a friend's house, your parents are invited and your friends are comfortable with you bringing a date, by all means, do it with confidence. If you focus on what you're looking for in a partner rather than what your date is looking for, you will get much better results. You may not get all of the guys you go out with, but you should not be concerned about that. No more than 10% of the men you will meet may be a good fit for you, so you should thank the ones who leave. They will leave if they find something that does not fit with them and is non-negotiable. You may not agree with their assessment, but in reality, it doesn't matter. If something is non-negotiable for one person and the other person is not willing or able to change it, the relationship will not work. So do not fear what your date will do. He will evaluate whether you have the characteristics that he's looking for, and you should do the same. So next time you date, remember the $1,000,000 question. Do I like him? By focusing on that question, your phone may not ring off the hook, but you will be a lot more available for last-minute plans, less encumbered with other people's expectations, and closer to finding the relationship that you dream of and deserve. I am honored to be part of your journey to date the right partner and look forward to seeing you in future videos, in one of my online relationship programs, or during a coaching session. I will see you very soon.